Okay, so I've got a project coming up that I had to order some 5/16 by 16 bolts. They come with nuts, so I've got my nuts and bolts that I need. So I was needing some washers. Went up to the store, picked me up a box of washers, and I have noticed for years now, I stopped going to Home Depot and Lowe's years ago for hardware because their stinking washers are not properly marked. Even when you buy a brand new box, they weren't properly marked. So I started going to Ace Hardware. The one up here in Rockwall, close to where I live, has the largest selection of hardware in the Metroplex. But now even they are ordering washers that are not sized right. Now maybe there's a reason for this. I have no idea. All I know is if I've got 5/16 bolts, I should be able to go to a hardware store, buy 5/16 washers, and the washer should fit that bolt, you know, pretty much perfectly. As a 5/16 washer should fit a 5/16 bolt. Same with 1/4 inch, same with 3/8, 1/2 inch, whatever size. The hole in the washer should be the same size or slightly bigger than the hole or than the bolt itself. But let me show you what I have been noticing over the years, and it gets really annoying. So here's my 5/16. And to show you that it's 5/16, digital calipers, and roughly 5/16. I don't know if that's coming through or not. Doesn't look like it, but 310 thousandths. That's roughly a 5/16 bolt. Well, here's the washers that I had to get. I don't know if you can see that, but 1/4 inch. Now you would think 1/4 inch, there's no way 1/4 inch washers are going to fit on a 5/16 bolt. This is a brand new box. I mean, you can instantly tell, you probably can't through the camera, but I can instantly look at that and I can tell that that's not even that's not 1/4 inch. That's bigger than a 1/4 inch. I mean, that's clearly 5/16, and sure enough, you take you a 5/16 bolt, prop it up here, and the washer slides on perfectly. I mean, that's what I want. I want a washer that fits this 5/16 bolt like it's supposed to. What I don't want is I don't want to go up to the store and have to buy washers that are marked 1/4 inch so that it fits my 5/16 bolt. If I would have bought the 5/16 washers, like I'm sure many people do, they probably go up there, they buy them a box of the washers that they think is the marked right as for the bolts. They get home, they find out the washers are way too big. That's asinine. And like I say, there may be a reason for that. If there is a reason for that, can someone please explain that to me? Leave a comment, whatever you got to do. It's really frustrating now. Lowe's, Home Depot, and my local Ace Hardware, they seem to be out of their mind with selling. You have no idea my frustration right now. Where's this? And of course, it's made in China. So I mean, obviously, it doesn't surprise me that China can't get it right. But you would think that whenever Ace Hardware, Lowe's, Home Depot, whatever company is selling this stuff, when they get a box of this, I know that customers have got to be complaining about it. They've got to be taking it back. You know, surely whenever they open these boxes up, there's competent enough workers, surely every now and then at least, that when they fill their bins. Now I bought this in a complete box of 100, but you can buy them individually. You know, they've got a bin right next to this box to where you can pick out 4 or 5 washers if that's all you need. And I know if I was working there in their hardware department, I would be able to clearly tell that, okay, here's the 5/16 bolt. Why is the 5/16 washer so much bigger than the bolt? And I would have to question that. And I would have to get with my supplier and figure out what the hell's going on here. It's annoying. Now, I'm able to tell, that the hole sizes ain't right, but your average guy is probably not going to know whenever he goes up, to get him some washers. He's just going to assume that, okay, I need 1/4 inch or 5/16 or 3/8 or whatever, and he's going to buy them, and they're going to get home, and they're going to be way too big. And they may think that that's the way it's supposed to be, but it's not. A washer should fit a bolt, pretty close. A washer's only a couple, 2-3 thousandths bigger in the diameter than the diameter of the bolt, so it will slide down and fit. It's not supposed to be so big that it's just sloppy. I wish I would have bought a box of the 5/16 now, because I actually do need 3/8 washers, and that's what size they are. The 5/16, when I first picked up the box of 5/16, I looked at the hole and said, that's way too big. That's 3/8. And sure enough, I slid the 5/16 washers onto a 3/8 bolt. It fit perfectly. So I said, okay, well, let me look at the 1/4 inch washers. Took a look in the bin for the 1/4 inch. Sure enough, those are the washers that I need for my 5/16 bolts. Again, I have no idea why that would be. I've worked with bolts and nuts my entire life. That has never been any kind of a norm. That has never been the accepted rule of thumb, that a washer is that much bigger than the bolt that you're trying to put it on. So, I mean, if this is just me, leave me a comment on that too. Tell me I'm crazy. But if someone can explain why all three major, Ace Hardware, Home Depot, and Lowe's now are selling washers that are literally bigger than what's printed on their box. They're literally the next size bigger. So these are marked 1/4 inch, but they're actually 5/16. The 5/16 are marked 5/16, but they're for 3/8 bolts. The 3/8 washers that are marked 3/8 are for 7/16. The 7/16 are for 1/2 inch, and so on. It's crazy. I have no idea why that would be. Anyway, that's all I got. I'm frustrated. I want to find out. The person I talked to a guy a year or two ago at Home Depot. He had no idea. I don't even know if he knew what a bolt was. The guy at Ace Hardware knew what hardware was, but he didn't have any idea either. He was shocked, just like me. So I'm like, all right, you know what? Whatever. Anyway, that's all I got. You guys take care.